details on the North Carolina GOP leader indicted on bribery charges.
New York introduces a new tax break offered to businesses who hire former addicts in recovery.
And the House Judiciary Committee has ordered a subpoena for the full Mueller report.
WTOP 10 Nightly News starts now.
Good evening and welcome to WTOP 10 Nightly News. I'm Seth Prevertill.
And I'm Jessica Kisluk.
Following the initial release of the report given by the Robert Mueller investigation, House officials still have questions that need answering. This morning, the House Judiciary Committee held a vote to authorize subpoenas that would provide access to the Mueller report in its entirety, which would include the underlying investigative evidence that officials say would shine more light on the investigation. The vote passed in a split partisan vote, 24-17.
Committee Chairman Jerry Nadler stated the reason for the vote was the council's need for the unaltered report, claiming that the report they have has been filtered by the president's team. Attorney General William Barr says that he will release the entirety of the over 400-page report, only redacting names and information that infringes on the privacy of third-party individuals. Nadler had also stated that his committee will extend subpoenas to multiple former Trump aides and staff members as well.
More details have been released about the upcoming Woodstock 50 Music Festival. The weekend-long celebration will be held in Watkins Glen and is going to feature glamping packages for visitors who can't find hotel reservations. Each day will feature 13 hours of music performances. Security has been hired and are preparing for the expected 100,000 plus visitors. Tickets will go on sale starting April 22nd.
WTOP's Micah Pazinski had the opportunity to go visit a fashion show on campus and has a report. Micah, what did you see?
That's right, Jess. This past Thursday, Fashion at Oswego hosted their 4th annual pop-up shop fashion show, where 4 up-and-coming designers came to SUNY Oswego and were able to have students model their designs to the SUNY Oswego community with the hope to further promote their name and brand. Take a look. Fashion at Oswego hosted their 4th annual pop-up fashion show this past Thursday, which gave students a unique opportunity to see and shop different types of fashion as well as meet up-and-coming designers. Students walked the runway in collections chosen by the designers. The 4 designers that came this year were called Peace and Parmesan, Number 4 Play, Brain Club, and Savvy Wear, the last 2 of which are actually owned and run by 2 SUNY Oswego alumni. The purpose behind this annual fashion show is to give these up-and-coming designers a chance to broadcast themselves and their brand, as well as give them exposure beyond just people they know, which a university environment like SUNY Oswego can provide. Following the show, students were allowed to talk to and order particular clothing pieces from the designers themselves that they may have seen and been particularly drawn to during the show. The show also tried to be inclusive in the way that it showed models in a variety of different clothing choices, ranging from dresses and heels to sneakers and hoodies, and much more in between. According to FAO Creative Director and SUNY Oswego student Asha Bay, this was intentional as it was meant to be reflective of the message that Fashion at Oswego as an organization would like to convey about their idea of fashion.
Fashion at Oswego is an inclusive and a very creative organization that welcomes anybody. And when people think of fashion, they think they have to look like the best and best name brands, but we promote people to be comfortable and confident in what they're wearing. That's why, like, when the models walk out, it's a bunch of different designs. It's like, could be very sexy or very chill. You can wear sneakers or heels. Like, it's not typical. We want everyone to be like diverse and inclusive of one another.
Micah Pazinski.
Wow, that looks like a cool experience. So how can people see more about Fashion at Oswego?
Well, Jess, Fashion at Oswego holds a variety of fashion-related events on campus throughout the year, as well as collaborations with many other organizations. So you can stay up to date on their events by following them on Instagram at Fashion at Oswego.
All right, thank you, Micah.
No problem.
A Geddes town clerk was arrested today on grand larceny charges. 43-year-old Shannon Carhart reportedly enrolled in the town's health care despite reporting to officials she didn't at the time. Carhart then reportedly falsified documents that would allow her to receive approximately $36,000 that belonged to the town of Geddes and its employees. New York State Comptroller Thomas DiNapoli released a statement stating he believes Carhart altered additional documents to cover her theft.
Governor Cuomo announced Tuesday that the New York State is cracking down on fake identifications and businesses that sell alcohol to minors this month, including bars, liquor stores, and grocery stores. Cuomo says those who enable underage drinking will be held accountable. The State Liquor Authority and Department of Motor Vehicles will join local police agencies in addition to the underage drinking enforcement efforts throughout the year. In 2018, 900 individuals were charged with owning fake IDs.
An Uber customer in New York says her driver attacked her just because she asked him to take a different route. Christian Benavides has more.
23-year-old Taylor D'Souza calls it the Uber ride from hell. It all ended with her being physically assaulted by the driver. D'Souza had to get stitches on her head. She says it's all because she asked the driver to use an alternate route during her ride home.
He responded, basically like, don't tell me what to do. Like, I'm going to follow the route.
It happened on Saturday around 4 a.m. The driver, allegedly upset over her asking for that alternate route, eventually pulls over on the corner of East 96th Street and Clarkson Avenue in Brownsville, and allegedly begins yelling homophobic slurs at D'Souza, who is gay. What did he say exactly?
He said, "You lesbian, get out my car." He told me if I don't get out his car, he's going to chop me up and throw me in a river, that I will end up somewhere in the Bronx.
D'Souza does not get out of the vehicle because she said she didn't feel safe. That's when she says the driver started smoking, despite her telling him she has asthma. Check out this picture she snapped of the driver, who we are not identifying. Now, during those early morning hours, the streets were absolutely deserted. It happened in front of this corner store, right at this corner. We know that she stepped out of the vehicle as soon as that driver started smoking, and that's when things got physical. Police say they both became physical with each other. The driver struck her in the head, causing that laceration.
I witnessed him reach in his pocket and take something out, and he hit me in my head with it.
In a statement, Uber said, "What has been described has no place on Uber. We take these reports seriously and are continuing to look further into this. Our support team has spoken to the rider, and her account has been reactivated."
Police are investigating D'Souza's allegations.
The State Department of Environmental Conservation says there is a high risk for fires across upstate New York today. This is because of the lack of rain, low humidity, and high winds reaching almost 50 miles per hour. The danger is greatest in the southern tier region. Brush fires are more common in spring due to warmer weather, dry debris, and less green plants growing. The state's outdoor brush burning ban is in effect until May 14th.
A New York state law will offer tax breaks for employers hiring recovering drug addicts. Businesses will receive up to $2,000 in credits for each qualified employee beginning in 2020. The new law comes under legislation in the recently approved state budget. Assemblyman Billy Jones says anyone who makes a recovery effort should be supported. Jones says the tax credit provides incentive to counter reluctance of businesses to hire recovering addicts.
Now let's take a look at the weather with Storm Team 10 meteorologist Khalil McIver.
Khalil, I take it you're in here because it's windy out there. What's going on with the weather?
Oh, yeah, definitely. I mean, well, today was Quest Day. It was nice to have a good day off, but it was still a bit chilly. Wasn't really helped out with all those winds over there. So let's take a look at our current temperatures across the region. As you can see, we're 37 degrees here in Oswego, but as I mentioned earlier, it's feeling a little bit cooler with the current wind chills off the lake. 26 degrees here in Oswego. And we take a look at the current winds across Lake Ontario, 17 miles per hour off the lake. So if you're outside, you're going to want to try and hold on to your jackets a bit more. But as far as everything else concerned, nothing really to speak about in terms of radar and satellite. But I'll have your full forecast after the break.
Most of us like to be out in the sun. That's why sunscreen and other safety measures are key to protecting your skin from aging and cancer. The FDA recommends using a sunscreen with an SPF of 15 or higher. Also, look for broad spectrum on the label. That means both harmful ultraviolet A and B rays are blocked. Remember, SPF plus broad spectrum equal healthy fun in the sun. Visit www.fda.gov/sunscreen for more information. A message from the U.S. Food and Drug Administration.
I'm a lot more confident and a lot more sure of my abilities. At Oswego is where I really found myself and became the person I am. You work hard and you play hard. I love the environment of SUNY Oswego.
They were Ethan Bryce Harvey, Tommy John survivor, Nathan Evaldi.
Welcome back to WTOP. I'm Storm Team 10 meteorologist Khalil McIver with your forecast here on Wednesday night. Currently in Oswego, it's 37 degrees. A little farther towards the southwest, it's 38 in Fairhaven. Zooming out, you'll see that temperatures are hovering all around the 40-degree mark with a high of around 40 degrees in Rochester. Current satellite and radar here for you. As you can take a look towards the northeast here, rather, we have a low pressure system associated with a cold front that kind of dropped those temperatures early on today, and a high pressure system that is bringing us plenty of sunshine over the next 24 hours. Zooming in closer to home, pretty quiet with some rain and snow moving its way on out towards the east side. And as we head towards, and we take a look at our weather headlines for you, winds are going to be decreasing overnight, but things are going to be still chilly, although we're going to have plenty of sun. But something to keep an eye on for your weekend here is a wet start to the weekend with a chance of mixed precipitation on Friday. So let's time things out here for the futurecast. Overnight, a bit of clouds going down to a low of around 31 degrees here in Oswego. But as we head towards the afternoon hours, still chilly, not really feeling very spring-like, a high of around 39 degrees. And then as we head towards Friday morning, you can see we have a next weather system kind of moving through here. These pinks indicating a possibility of mixed precipitation, rather, transitioning later into rain. Another thing to keep an eye on are the wind gusts as we head towards the overnight. Things are going to begin to calm down. So if you're taking a walk tonight or tomorrow night, rather, you're not going to have to bundle up as much, although you'll still be feeling a bit chilly. So here's a kind of a recap of things for tonight. Still going to be a bit windy with a low of around 31 degrees with winds out of the west at 31 miles per hour. Tomorrow you have temperatures reaching up to 39 degrees, still a bit chilly, plenty of sun though, winds out of the west. And then tomorrow night, winds finally calm down with a low of around 32 degrees. So let's take a look at your 7-day forecast here in Oswego. For tomorrow, once again, it's feeling a bit chilly, 38 degrees, and then on Friday we have a chance of rain and a bit of a possibility of snow, although we won't see any accumulation. Saturday and Sunday, it's looking pretty good. 59 degrees on Sunday, Monday, 56 degrees, and then we have a bit of a cool down Tuesday into Wednesday. Stay tuned for more news and sports after the break. You're watching WTOP.
Television station.
I don't know. Hey guys, what do you think?
WTOP! Guys, I don't feel so good. Shouldn't have had that chili for lunch.
The second I got on the campus, I knew Oswego was the place to go.
There's a place for everybody at Oswego.
This school just opens the world to you. Have the opportunity to explore and to learn so many different things, not only about yourself, but the people around you and the world.
It definitely is about the student. I felt it to be very about me. Now that I'm here, I can't imagine myself anywhere else.
How do we afford all this?
Welcome back to WTOP 10 Nightly News. Lori Lightfoot has become Chicago's first openly gay person and African-American woman to be elected as mayor. Lightfoot never held elective office before she defeated fellow candidate Toni Preckwinkle last night. She had over 91% precincts and led Preckwinkle 73.7% to 26.3%. Preckwinkle says she may feel disappointed, but she is not disheartened. She says not long ago, 2 African-American women vying for this position would have been unthinkable. Lightfoot celebrated on stage with her wife Amy and their 10-year-old daughter Vivian.
The head of the North Carolina GOP is facing charges in a scheme to allegedly bribe state officials. Robin Hayes was indicted Tuesday after a year-long investigation involving the FBI. Nick Oshnor has more.
The indictment claims Lindbergh and his 2 employees, John Gray and John Palermo, worked to provide campaign contributions to Mike Causey in exchange for favorable personnel action. To do this, the indictment says, the group worked through people like NC GOP Chairman Robin Hayes to set up meetings between Lindbergh and Causey, and later held a series of secret meetings at private airports across the state, including in Concord. Specifically, the indictment says Lindbergh wanted one of his employees, Palermo, to work directly for Causey and oversee a division that would be in charge of regulating Lindbergh's businesses.
What do you have to say about what happened in there today, Mr. Lindbergh? Do you have any comment?
Lindbergh appeared in court Tuesday along with his 2 employees, charged with conspiracy to commit honest service wire fraud and bribery of an agency receiving federal funds. He didn't say anything as he left court. In addition to those 2 charges, Hayes also faces 3 extra counts of lying to the FBI. Prosecutors say he made a number of false statements in an interview with agents last August, including that he'd never talked with Lindbergh about Department of Insurance employees.
Making secret recordings for the FBI.
But WBTV reported exclusively last month that Causey had made a recording of a meeting where Lindbergh and Hayes had done exactly that, and previously reported that the Republican Party funneled $250,000 from Lindbergh through the party and to Causey. Hayes left court today behind a fence and using a walker, where he didn't face any reporters' questions.
Lindbergh's attorney, Ann Tompkins, said in a statement Tuesday that her client is innocent and looks forward to defending himself in court.
In response to women coming forward claiming the former vice president has made them feel uncomfortable, Joe Biden posted a message on Twitter today saying social norms are changing. I understand that, and I've heard what these women are saying. Politics to me has always been about making connections, but I will be more mindful about respecting personal space in the future. That's my responsibility, and I will meet it. U.S. Senator Kamala Harris commented on the Joe Biden allegations.
I believe them, and I respect them being able to tell their story and having the courage to do it.
Do you believe that the vice president should enter this race?
Oh, he's going to have to make that decision for himself. I wouldn't tell him what to do.
Reports of the Ethiopian crash are set to be released tomorrow. The report will be released from Ethiopia's capital. Boeing's MCAS anti-stall software is the center of attention in both the Ethiopian crash that happened in March and October's Lion Air crash in Indonesia. Both incidents resulted in a worldwide grounding of Boeing's 737 MAX 8 model planes. Experts say the high speed of the aircraft and initial climb clashed the software, causing the malfunction.
An Indiana school district is taking steps to make sure kids have enough to eat. Elkhart Schools is teaming up with a South Bend-based food rescue for a pilot program. Ed Ernstis shows us how it works.
The pilot food program is happening at Woodland Elementary. Students usually get breakfast and lunch at school, but on the weekends at home they may be without food. That's where the South Bend-based nonprofit Cultivate comes in. It is providing weekend meals to a small group of students here.
Mostly we rescue food that's been made but never served by catering companies, large food service businesses like the school system. You don't always think of a school system.
It rescues the unused food here.
And over-preparing is just part of what happens. We take that well-prepared food, combine it with other food, and make individual frozen meals out of it.
The bottom line with the pilot food program here at Woodland Elementary provided by Cultivate is that 20 students here will receive a backpack with 8 individual frozen meals every Friday until the end of school.
We were wasting a lot of food. There wasn't anything to do with the food, and so they came to the schools 3 times a week and rescued our food. So they're going back to Cultivate, processing the food, and it's coming right back to our students.
The Chamber of Commerce's Leadership Academy helped get the pilot program going.
It really just all came together, and it's making a big impact, so I'm really proud of that. It was heartbreaking to hear that children go home on the weekends and they don't have anything to eat.
We saw a need and we wanted to fill that need.
A big deal for the students on the receiving end. Ed Ernstis, WSBT 22 News.
Elkhart school system wants to expand the food program to other schools. Coming up in sports, Owen Gallagher gives us an update.
Owen, what's going on tonight?
Well, guys, the Oswego Lakers baseball team hit the diamond this afternoon, looking to rebound after a tough loss to Ithaca College yesterday. And an NFL superstar's wife is undergoing brain surgery. I have those stories and more coming up after the break. You're watching WTOP 10 Nightly News. No.
Anybody can be a firefighter. Male, female, younger, older.
We have school teachers. We have leaders in business.
Is me, you, anyone that wants to be.
There is no typical firefighter.
That was pretty good today, pretty good.
Yeah, I thought he called a pretty fair game.
Come on, man, that was a weak call. Yeah, man, that ref is totally soft.
You might not know everyone in your community, but if you did, you'd see that people in recovery from mental and substance use disorders are all around. Reach out for support and begin your recovery journey. Join the Voices for Recovery. Strengthen families and communities.
For confidential information on mental and substance use disorders, including prevention and treatment referrals for you or someone you know, call 1-800-662-HELP. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
Welcome back to 10 Sports. I'm Owen Gallagher with your sports update. After a disappointing loss to the Ithaca College yesterday, the Oswego State men's baseball team was back on the diamond this afternoon against St. Lawrence. The Lakers were down 2 before any Oswego batter stepped to the plate. However, Oswego put 7 runs on the board in just 2 innings and didn't look back. 9 runs in the 6th put this game out of reach. Oswego won by a final 24-7, and they play Friday at home against St. John Fisher at 3 p.m. And Oswego State's men's basketball coach Jason Leone has been named a finalist for the Glenn Robinson Award, given to the top coach in Division III basketball. Leone led the Lakers to a 24-6 record, which included a SUNYAC championship and a trip to the Sweet 16. In 8 years under Leone, Oswego has made it to 5 NCAA tournaments. The award will be announced on April 8th. And staying in the world of college basketball, All-American guard Ja Morant has announced he will be leaving Murray State and entering the NBA draft. The 6'3" guard averaged 25 points per game, 10 assists, good for tops in the nation, and almost 6 rebounds per game. Draft experts cite his explosiveness, changing ends in a blur, weaving through traffic, and tremendous body control. Morant has gone from an unranked prospect in high school to the top of the draft boards, sitting right behind projected #1 overall pick, Duke's Zion Williamson. And Kelly Stafford, wife of Detroit Lions quarterback Matthew Stafford, announced today that she will be undergoing brain surgery to remove a tumor discovered earlier this year. Stafford took to Instagram to make the announcement and share her experiences leading up to the discovery. Lions doctors suggested she have an MRI after blood tests revealed negative results, and this revealed a benign tumor on her cranial nerves. The surgery is now scheduled in 2 weeks. And we had a lot of sports to cover this week, but we just brought down the top 3 plays for you. We got some Malik Monk soaring. Houston, we have liftoff. Malik Monk, full extension. Devontae Graham, the pretty pass. That's going to be number 3 on the list. How can you top that? Well, Russell Westbrook's going to try. He goes for the 20-20-20 triple-double. I'll say that one more time. 20-20-20. He finished with 21 assists, so it wasn't a true 20-20-20. Wilt Chamberlain, the only one to ever do it. 1968. Emotional. Russell Westbrook after the game. A tribute to Nipsey Hussle. But Russell Westbrook grabs that rebound. Give me that ball. 20-20-21. Russell Westbrook is a stud. Now we're moving on to the #1 play. Max Kepler hits a blooper to the left, but Adalberto Mondesi, what a snag. That's not the left fielder. Clap it up, folks. Mondesi now at the plate, very next inning, and it's Tyler Austin who's doing his best Mondesi impression, tracking it over the tarp. Tyler Austin. Let's get another look at that one. Get out of the way with that chair. Tyler Austin coming at you. What a catch.
Well, baseball's back. Some epic plays this week. Looks like a little bit of anything you can do, I can do better.
A little bit between Mondesi and Austin there. Love to see it early on in the season.
Of course. Well, anyway, that's our report for tonight. Be sure to stay tuned for The Real Deal.
Thank you for watching and have a great night, everyone.
Guys, I don't feel so good. Shouldn't have had that chili for lunch.
When you are in space, you can't run down to the store to buy parts. You have to improvise with what you have on your mission. Making is when there is something new that was not in existence at the beginning of the day.
Okay.
It's an incredible sense of accomplishment when you have made something. That's why I make. Now I want to hear why you make.
Share your own Why I Make story today. Visit whyimake.org.
Hello?
Josh, the stream's not working. We need you to fix it right now.
The stream's down? I'll be right there.